Welcome to our presentation on tracking our habits, a journey to health and well-being. Today, we'll share the insights and experiences from our global classroom project, where we use a habit scorecard and tracker to identify and improve our daily habits. Join us as we explore our progress, challenges, and the valuable lessons we've learned along the way.
Meet our team: Rocío, Irán, Ian, Acela, Alberto, and Maria Daniela.
Our project's main goal was to improve our health and well-being by developing better habits. Through habit tracking, we aim to build positive routines and gain insights into our behaviors. By identifying, tracking, and adjusting our daily habits, we hope to create meaningful changes in our daily lives. This journey wasn't just about personal growth, but also about supporting each other as a team.
For this mapping of habits, our first step was creating a habit scored to map out all our current habits. We'll listen each habit from studying and exercise to scrolling on our phones. Then we categorized them as positive, neutral, or negative, based on how they impact our goals. This score helps us to see which habits we wanted to strengthen and which ones we need to adjust or replace it. It was an eye-opening step in building awareness.
Our tool to monitor daily process. We propose the application of Google Calendar, where we can add our different habits that can encourage through the day.
Habits that align with our goals is like time management that allocates a specific time that's allowed for studying, and we use techniques like the Pomodoro technique, active learning that summarizes content, and active learning improves that comprehension and retention, and also organized workspace that when we are studying, the environment enhances focus and productivity, proper lighting, ergonomic furniture, and culture-free space. And also the goal setting. Set clear study goals, short-term and long-term. Goals provide direction and motivation.
Getting started with habits tracking was exciting, but definitely had its challenge. At first, some of us struggled to remember to log our habits each day, and keeping up with new routines wasn't always easy. Still, we keep each other motivated by reminding ourselves of our goals and encourage each other to keep going. Those first days taught us all a lot about staying consistent.
In our daily routines, we observe that we have, like a group, some early observations in common. For example, procrastination and distractions. Once we start tracking, we notice some clear patterns around procrastination, distractions, and even burnout. For example, realize that tasks we tend to put off, like studying, were often done at the last minute, especially when we feel tired or overwhelmed. And in the case of burnout, distractions like checking our phones also played a big role in breaking focus. Some of us found that when we push ourselves too hard, it led to burnout, making it even harder to stick to positive habits. These early insights helps us understand the importance of balance and finding realistic ways to manage our time and energy.
We as a group were doing a check-in progress each week. We came together to review our progress and talk about how things were going. These check-ins help us stay accountable and encourage us to keep up with our goals. It was a chance to share what was working, like setting reminders, and to discuss where we struggled, like staying consistent with studying or exercising. Adjusting small things based on each other's feedback help us all make steady progress.
This is a few sketches for my partners on the habit tracker.
Here is a glimpse of us putting our habit tracking into action. From morning workouts to dedicated study sessions, we made sure to capture the moments that kept us on track. These photos not only show us sticking to our routines, but also remind us of how far we've come. Each activity, whether big or small, played a role in building consistency in achieving our goal.
Adapting our routines as we tracked our habits, we realized that some need adjustments to fit our lifestyles better. For instance, a few of us found our initially study times were working due to fatigue after class, so we shifted to early morning sessions. When had more energy, we also learned to set shorter, more focused work sessions to avoid burnout. This adjust not only made our habits more manageable, but also helped us stay constant and engaged.
What we've learned together, we learned different ways to try different habits and that encourage ourselves to be more active through our day and creating spaces with more interaction with the people near us.
For our personal transformation, we can see part of our results while having this activity. We all have different kind of lives and schedules, so it's kind of impossible to have the same results. For Rocio, finding the time to study, organizing, and managing time to live with less distractions is remarkable. For me, Iran, personally having this activity to check on ourselves is really important, mainly because it can help us check on how much are we taking care of ourselves, other than just doing our assignments. With this activity, I discovered that I rarely have free time, and it's also really important to rest and do some exercise. Alberto focuses on the same area as me. Having the opportunity of visually see how are we doing is really useful. Acela speaks more about socializing and not letting her social life aside, focusing on her health and interactions. Ian, after noticing his bad habits, he tried to replace them doing other things than gambling and procrastinating, doing some exercise and distracting with other productive stuff. Finally, Maria highlights that she has been noticing some new stuff in her life, trying to focus on her new habits, change her way of life, feeling more energized and happy.
Our key takeaways lessons learned are consistency is key. Celebrate small wins. Being grateful and be resilient.
Here is some visual evidence of our progress really brought our journey to life. On these slides, you can see before and after images showcasing some of our changes. For example, some of us transformed our study space from cluttered to organized, which significantly improved focus. Another team member embraced morning workouts, and you can see their energy boost reflected in their smile. These visuals not only capture our journey, but also serve as motivation to keep pushing forward.
Throughout our habit tracking journey, we faced a few common challenges. One major hurdle was staying consistent, especially on busy days or when motivation was low. To tackle this, we set small achievable goals and supported each other with regular check-ins. Another challenge was finding the time to focus on each habit, so we adjusted our schedules and prioritized tasks. Reflecting on these obstacles helped us adapt and ultimately stay on track with our goals.
Impact on health and well-being is having a massive boost time, also build fitness consistency. You have creative hours, time to enrich yourself, love mentality, and a routine construction for you.
Tips for those starting. Do not press yourself too much. Doing less is more than doing nothing. Be consistent with your times.
For our final thoughts, we consider inviting different students to try different ways to start creating more beneficial habits to enrich their days and creating a healthy mind and a healthy body.